We named our 6-week inclusion course the House of Belonging. The House of Belonging is actually another name for the soul. And the reason we named it this is that we want children to feel safe, to feel at home in a school so that they can access learning. We want their soul to feel like they are at home.
Yeah, and we're giving tools, and we're going to be talking about topics that allow us to really see the child, but for them to feel seen, for them to feel like they belong. And that is inclusive of learning differences, of learning styles, of temperaments, of all a host of different ways of representation and categories, but that child is truly seen, and that the teacher is able to be truly authentic in terms of their connection to the curriculum and to the children as well. So everybody in that learning space just feels part of a community and feels that they belong.
We all live in our own little universe, our own little bubble that is made up out of our own experiences, our background, our upbringing, and our beliefs. And we all assume that the way that we think and we feel and we are and we behave is normal. But everyone's is different. I am a positive psychology ADHD coach. And so my view on ADHD is that it is simply different brain wiring. And that has different effects. You think differently, you feel differently, and you behave differently. To explain that a little bit further, I want to use the metaphor of the hunter and farmer and why they are different and why they need to be different. Adopted or looked after children are often in a survival mode. That means they're either in the fight, flight, freeze, fib, fawn, or flop state. When they're in that state, they cannot access their rational thinking because blood has moved away from those areas of the brain to the heart, to make the heart go faster, to the limbs, to the idea of being able to run or fight.
Inclusion in terms of the classroom and the curriculum is a very topical subject and very interesting, but really it's about giving teachers permission, giving them permission to be local, be relevant to the children that are in front of them, and so that the children really feel seen, and that everything that goes towards the curriculum is going to really meet those children for their future potential and not just be something that you're taking off the shelf because somebody told you you have to. It's about using tools such as Maslow's hierarchy of need and Bloom's taxonomy, the styles of questioning, to really develop and understand more about our teaching and learning. So using the styles of questioning that go from very closed questions to very open questions to being critical can be used in one lesson to differentiate, can be used across a block of teaching, but to really use these tools to engage the children so much more than just teaching and student learning. Inclusion's a really interesting topic because so often it's seen as differentiation, so that you're going to come up with many, many ways to bring the same thing to the children, but that's not where it needs to start.
Because you have to start with the environment. If a child doesn't feel comfortable in their environment, then they cannot learn. So this is a bit like Maslow's hierarchy of need. You have to start with the physical environment. You've got to make sure that the environment is such that the child can learn. It's only after you've done that that differentiation comes in.